Hi, I'm Megan Chapman, and this is the Tuesday studio video visit. However, you may notice we're not in my studio. Um, we are actually at my flat, and I'm going to give you a tour of some art and talk about the importance of collecting art. A lot of the time, I think artists, we are so focused on our own careers and we all are talking about what we make, what we make, what we make, what we've got for sale, etc., that I don't know if enough of us talk about the just genuine importance, thrill, and enrichment that owning art gives to us, you know? So I've put on my grandmother's fancy scarf. I'm actually just wearing like a sweatshirt hoodie, as they call it, for this fancy tour of art. Because another thing I want to dispel is the myth of that I need a bigger space. I don't know what to buy. I wouldn't know how to hang it. I wouldn't know how to frame it. I live in an apartment. I can't put holes in the walls. Well, you just get yourself some filler. That's what we do. We haven't filled the holes yet, so you may see we've just rehung the collection. And again, it's fun. It's fun to say you have a collection. It's fun to say you are a patron of the arts. It's not only fun, it's important, and it feels good. And it feels good for yourself as well as the artists that you support. So here is basically what I was trying to get across is we've just refreshed our collection. So basically everything pretty much looked exactly the same as it had when I moved here 3 years ago. I brought some of my art with me. I've purchased some art. I had to leave some of my collection back home in storage, and unfortunately I also had to sell some of it to make money to make the move, and just because it was time to let it go to some other homes. I wish I could keep it all, but sometimes space is an issue. But basically, we live in a one-bedroom flat in Leith. We do not have a lot of space, but we believe in art, and so we make the most of it. The benefit of living in these older flats, these tenements, of course, is they have beautiful high ceilings. So we can put a lot of art up that way. So here you can see we've got black frames and wood frames. There's even a piece over there that's corrugated cardboard frame. We've got pieces on wood, canvas, prints, fabric art, a couple of pieces of mine. We've just got an assortment, some of Stuart's. We've got an assortment. My dear pal, William Mays Flanagan, we've just repositioned his painting, giving it a better position. So that's basically our collection. So again, yes, I know, we rent, we don't own. So our friend is the all-purpose filler. And so we will be fixing all the little holes, and we will leave the walls pretty much as good as they were when we moved in. On the opposite side of the room, we have a large painting by myself. We also have some pieces over here, and I also want to encourage people to take risk with what they call art, what they consider art. Those are two beautiful textile pieces. I can call them textile pieces, or I can say that that's a vintage dress and a vintage kimono, and I just absolutely love the pattern, and I love the color, and I was sad that it was in a closet, never being appreciated, never being seen. So therefore, it now becomes art. So we can move. We'll take our friend, all-purpose filler with us. We've got art up above the door, behind here, art above the bathroom, a beautiful print by Jenny Douglas. We have art in the bathroom. We have these two, these little pieces right here. We have art everywhere because it enriches our lives. It gives our space a different feeling. Now we're walking through the hall. There's a dark piece of mine from about 2010, I think. It's called The Maps of the Night. But then it doesn't have to be so serious. Then you pair it with a two-tone poster. You see, you can pair it with a poster, a print. You can get your art at a yard sale, wherever. I have always had, that's a Mud Honey poster down below. I've always lived with art. And here's a wonderful piece. A little poppiness in the kitchen area. You know, here in Edinburgh we have salt and sauce on our chips, and that was a piece of Stuart's that made reference to that. There's art everywhere, but at the same time there's space for the art. That's a Joan Yeardley print. Here's our wall over the sofa. So again, a lot of things in our flat are hung in the salon style. And then this is where it kind of changes up a bit. I've got my flea market nude that was in my studio over the mantle has now been brought home. Got a vintage Modigliani print, a vintage flower painting. That's actually an original painting I got at a charity shop. I think it's from like 1875. This old beauty, one of my favorite things. And another charity shop piece you can't see because of the glass. But yeah, there's pretty much art in every corner, and it just helps the space feel like a home, and it brings new life into a space. And I think, I hope this isn't making you all seasick or motion sick, but living with art is just a wonderful thing, because the longer you live with it, the more you kind of get to know it, and a good piece of art kind of grows with you and changes and challenges you, and over time you see new and different things, and over time it means different things to you as well. So I don't just believe in making art. I believe in buying art. I believe in showing art. I believe in, you know, the whole thing. It's a whole full circle thing. I am grateful to every artist who's ever sold me one of their paintings or one of their prints. And just as I am grateful to any patron that has bought my art, is living with my art. This is not a big flat. These are not, you know, most of those were all charity shop or flea market or estate sale pieces. You know, art is what you make of it and what you find, and then how you present with it and how you live with it. And I just think it's incredibly important. And so besides just telling you always about my art, I just wanted to thank all the artists that let me live with theirs. And I hope you found this maybe fun or freeing or voyeuristic even, but just, you know, pull some things out of your cupboard, dust some things off, hang it up willy-nilly, make it your own, be free. You can't get this wrong. You can only get buying art right and living with art right. Okay, that's all I've got for you this Tuesday. Thanks so much for joining me, and next week we'll be back at the studio. Okay, bye.